And what is up, everybody? Welcome to the Inland Sports Show. We are live and amplified here on Wednesday night. We appreciate you tuning in each and every week as we bring you the latest here on local sports in the Inland Sports Show coverage area. My name is Pep Fernandez. If you're watching this video live and amplified right now, give this video a like and subscribe to the Inland Sports Show YouTube channel. You can also find us all over social media. We go hard on Instagram and Twitter. We do Facebook a little bit, and of course, the YouTube channel right here. A little bit later in the show, we are going to break down a lot of high school football coming up in week number 8. Tackle football almost to the playoffs. We got our big Boost play of the week. We got the updated Boost Top 25, the Ken Sporting Goods must-see game, and some of the other big games coming up in week number 8. We'll break those down. Plus, we're going to hear from one of the CBU basketball stars, Dominique Daniels Jr. Dominique, preseason all whack. He had his season cut short at the end of last year. He was second in the conference in scoring. The SBVC transfer, one of the big-time players in the conference, and he is completely healed. He is 100%. He is ready to tear it up this year, and we're going to hear from Dominique Daniels a little bit later in the show as well. But we're talking girls flag football, and I had the chance to go out to Redlands High School on Tuesday night and check out some CBL action, and it was the Beaumont Cougars capping off a perfect regular season, 15-0. They beat Redlands East Valley 21-6 in their regular season CBL finale to go perfect during the regular season and win that CBL championship. And for them, now the real work starts. I mean, if you kind of chunk out the season with goals, you know, that first goal would be to win a league title, and they did it perfectly. They went undefeated. Now they get to, you know, another chunk, which is the playoffs. When you talk to a lot of, you know, high school football coaches, they break it up. They got the non-league, they got the league, and they got playoffs. They kind of chunk it out into 3 different parts of the season. So this is where it's going to start getting good. And the playoff brackets for girls flag football will come out on Saturday, as will volleyball. And we'll talk a little volleyball a little bit later in the show as well. But with all that said, Beaumont, your CBL champions. We caught up with them last night at Redlands High School at that big CBL event. And if you're a casual girls flag football fan, what they do is a lot of leagues, River Valley, CBL, to name a few, they play all their games on one night at one location. So, for example, it was Cajon against Citrus Valley, and then Beaumont versus Rev, and then Redlands versus Yucaipa in the nightcap. So all in the same night, all in one spot. It's great, and it's a lot of fun. Here's the Beaumont Cougars, your Citrus Belt League champions on the Inland Sports Show. Inland Sports. Okay, so we're out here on the final night of CBL play at Redlands High School with the already crowned Citrus Belt League champions, the Beaumont girls flag football team. We got head coach Frank Kingsley here, and coach, not only CBL champions, but undefeated through the regular season. What have you liked about this year's team?
Oh, I just love my team. They're hardworking, they're smart, they're passionate about football. They've watched film, everything you'd want in a football team, they do, and they're easy to work with and make coaching easy and fun.
Okay, as we do this interview, I know the brackets are coming out on Saturday, so you get to find out, you know, your playoff opponent, your division, all that kind of good stuff. Was that always the goal from the start of the season, was compete for a league championship, get to CIF, all those things in this first year?
No, our goal simply was, we called it right from the beginning, to make history. If you see it on our shirt. And being the first, we wanted to do everything the best we could and just kind of stack good days. And I know that sounds cliche, but that's kind of the reality. The very first practice, our girls clapped when we caught the ball. It was like the expectation was, oh my goodness, we caught it. And now if we drop it, then sometimes it's not fun. They get upset. And so it's just really focusing on improvement and getting better. We wanted to win league for sure. We never really even talked about CIF. So that's the next part. But we did the first thing, and we'll move on after tonight to the next thing.
All right, so to go undefeated in the Citrus Belt League, tell me, how tough was the CBL this season? I've seen a little bit. I saw you guys when you played one another. I think it was at Yucaipa High School a couple weeks ago. There's some good teams and some good players out here.
Oh, there's so many good players and good teams. Yeah, I think every team has at least one good player, and like Citrus and Rev and Cajon have lots of them, and they're coached well, and they're prepared, and they do a good job. Yeah, it's been a good season. It's been really fun for us, and you can see everybody getting better as the year goes by.
And it looks like your numbers are pretty good too. Like, you had a lot of girls come out for the team, and
we had a lot. We had over 120. Yeah, I only had 45 jerseys, so I kept 45. There's probably too many, but we're trying to build a program for next year. Next year we'll have JV, and so we got 4 coaches, so we really just decided we're going to keep as many as we had jerseys and thinking about the future. How can we make our program develop over a long period of time?
All right, Coach, in just a second, we're going to talk to Amira Jones and Mackenzie Riddell. What makes them special? Why are they some of the team leaders this season?
Amira is strong, and she runs clean routes, and she catches the ball. People bounce off her, and she's also just a quiet leader. She has a quiet strength about her that all the girls admire. Kenzie's the opposite. She's strong, but she is loud and passionate and vivacious, and she leads with her words. And so it's like a great example of 2 different ways to lead a football team. So I love both girls. They're great, and they're going to have a great future in flag football.
That's awesome. All right, Coach, why don't you step aside? Mackenzie, Amira, come on over. Actually, Mackenzie, stand on this side. I'll get Amira over here. And let's see. Yeah, there we're nice and centered up. So, Amira, let me start with you, the team's leading receiver on the season. You guys are undefeated. What has this team done well all season long?
I think just being a team and communicating and sticking together through tough opponents. And
offensively, what has the offense done well this year? Obviously, playing receiver is a critical position in flag football because you're the one getting into the end zone. What has the offense done well this year?
Run our routes. We run our routes really well, and catching the ball, making sure we catch the ball and get into the touchdown. Yeah.
And Citrus Belt League champion, how does that sound? Was that the goal of this team, and how does it feel now that you guys are league champions?
Yeah, it was definitely a goal of mine, and I'm super proud and happy, and I mean, honestly, we were surprised since, it's our first year, so it's pretty crazy. And, yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you, Amira. Let me go over here to Kenzie as well. Kenzie, the vocal leader of this team, is that?
Yes, that's correct. I'm very loud on the field, off the field, and I'm just a team player.
So you guys are Citrus Belt League champions. We got the CIF playoff brackets coming out on Saturday. Are you guys excited about maybe a potential CIF run?
We're very excited. We want to win all CIF and hopefully get a trophy.
What do you think it's going to take? You guys have been great during the regular season. You've been unbeaten. Nobody's beaten you guys. What do you think it's going to take in CIF to string together, stack a couple wins, as Coach was saying, and make a run to the championship?
I feel like definitely we're going to have harder and more competitive teams, so we are going to have to be on our game and be pulling flags and watching the ball and being ready.
Now, you play safety. Amir over here is a receiver. You play safety. So defensively, what have you liked on the defensive side of the football for Beaumont this year?
I just like being aggressive and getting the flags and yelling at everybody.
Now, this is supposed to be a non-contact sport, but I see you girls flying around and, bodies flying all over the place. I know it's non-contact, but you guys really do, fly around quite a bit, right? Is that fun playing safety?
Yeah, I love it. I never thought I'd be a safety. I thought I would be on offense, to be honest, but I've fallen in love with defense, and I don't see me playing never.
All right, finally, Kenzie, what does the league championship mean to you that you guys were able to go undefeated and also win that CBL crown?
It means a lot to me. When we first started, I didn't think we were going to make anything and didn't think we were going to win a lot. And then this team, we've grown as a family and just proud of us, and we've came a long way. So I'm excited.
That's awesome. Kenzie, Amira, congratulations on the season so far, and best of luck in the CIF Southern Section playoffs. That's Beaumont girls flag football here on the Inland Sports Show. Inland Sports. All right, congratulations to the Beaumont Cougars, your Citrus Belt League champions in their first season here in the CBL. As now it's a CIF Southern Section Championship sport for girls flag football, and as we mentioned, the playoff brackets will come out on Saturday, as will volleyball. The regular season wrapping up. We don't have time to go over all the league champions for volleyball, but a couple of special shout outs because you guys hit me up on social media, and I do appreciate it. Thank you for keeping me in the loop. It's impossible to keep track of 70 schools and all the different sports at all the schools. So real quick, couple shout outs here from the high school volleyball court. The Arlington Lions, congratulations. Their first league title in 34 years. I had to confirm that with Dr. Tacey Duncan, the vice principal for athletics out there at Arlington High School. 10-0 in the Sun Belt League. First league title in 34 years. That is a long time. So congratulations to the Lions going 10-0 for the Sun Belt Championship. And over in the land of the Big Eight, Centennial bringing home its first Big 8 League championship. In fact, I'm just going to read the Instagram post that they tagged me on social media on IG. It says, first time in school history, Centennial girls volleyball crowned Big 8 League champions. Awesome athletes, undefeated, 10-0. Congratulations, ladies. Now time to take the fight into the CIF playoffs. Hashtag history made. Hashtag 10 is in the name, as in Centen and going 10-0. So congratulations to Centennial. First league championship in the Big 8. So congratulations to Arlington and Centennial as we recognize a couple league champions. Also, a special shout out to Indian Springs. They've been keeping me up to date all season long on their Mountain Valley League title. And San Gorgonio was trying to wrap up their first league championship in school history. They were playing Arroyo Valley tonight in Skyline League play. I have not seen the final score. In fact, they still might be on the floor right now as we do this show live. But also, congratulations to them on this season to be that close to a league title. And like I said, maybe right now as we're talking, they might have their league championship. So it's championship time for girls flag football and volleyball. So it's a special time of the year. We're also getting closer to the football playoffs. 3 more weeks of the regular season. We are going into week number 8 this upcoming week, Thursday and Friday. We got some huge games coming up. When we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, we will break them down. We'll show you some of the top plays. We've got the rankings, and we'll preview some of the big matchups coming up. So we'll be right back here on this Wednesday night edition of the Inland Sports Show. My name is Pep Fernandez, and we will be right back. And this segment of the Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Kids Sporting Goods in Norco. #1 in the Inland Empire for team uniforms, sports equipment, and Letterman's jackets. Boost Performance Training in Corona. Athletes of all levels and all sports train at Boost. And also ask about the Bass Private School. Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands. Personalized treatment you deserve from an orthodontist you can trust. Chick-fil-A in Yucaipa, right off the 10 freeway at Yucaipa Boulevard. Eat more chicken. And if you'd like to promote your business or organization on the show, send us an email. Help us share the positive sports stories here in the Inland Empire. The Inland Sports Show is proud to partner with Dr. Marcus Paulson and Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands. Dr. Paulson and his team work with children, teens, and adults using orthodontic products like traditional braces and Invisalign to make a difference in the appearance, comfort, and function of each patient's teeth. Paulson Orthodontics welcomes new patients, so schedule a visit today. Paulson Orthodontics. We make braces fun.
Hey guys, this is Jason at Ken Sporting Goods. We're almost to 1,000 Instagram followers. Tell your friends, like us, come down and see us. Thank you so much for your loyalty.
Here are 3 tips for improved sleep for student athletes. Number 1, try not to perform any activities in your bedroom besides sleeping. This associates your bedroom with sleep. Number 2, Only go to your bed when you're really sleepy and after a routine. This way, when you see your bed, you'll think of sleep. Number 3, if you can't sleep, get out of your bed or bedroom. This way, you can prevent your bed or bedroom from becoming a wakeful trigger. Sleep plays an important role in your development as a student and athlete. So if you want to play at your best, get some rest. Boostman.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, everybody. I'm your host, Pep Fernandez. In this segment, we're going to talk a lot of high school football. But before we get to that, Alexander Mattison, the pride of Cardinal City, San Bernardino High School, and starting running back for the Las Vegas Raiders, he is back. Now, last year, he did an I Am Gifted Athlete of the Week. Now, he's going to do it all school year long, the I Am Gifted Athlete of the Month. And because he is, again, from San Bernardino. That is his hometown. He does a lot to give back, and he wants to continue to do that. So he's picking an athlete from his hometown each and every month, and to honor them for not only, getting it done on their respective playing field or court or wherever it might be, the pool, but also in the classroom. They've got to be the total package, just like Alexander was when he was at San Bernardino High School. Great grades, great in the classroom. Involved in the community, which Alex still very much is with his I Am Gifted Foundation, whether it's, giving away, backpacks and free haircuts before school starts. He comes back and he does his youth football camp, which is absolutely free. There's a lot that Alex does behind the scenes because he loves his hometown and cares about it so much. So with all that said, the I Am Gifted Athlete of the Month is back, and here's the first two winners, a boy and a girl for the month of September, and Alex doing the honors, officially announcing the winners for September 2024. Here's none other than Alexander Mattison.
Hey, what's up? It's Alexander Mattison, running back for the Las Vegas Raiders, and it's that time of the year where we acknowledge two outstanding student athletes for the I Am Gifted Athletes of the Month. First up, we have Jasmine Benson from San Gorgonio Girls Flag Football, who has helped the Spartans win 13 games in a row. As a quarterback, she has thrown for more than 1,500 yards and 26 touchdowns, while also rushing for more than 1,300 yards and 15 touchdowns, not to mention her 21 interceptions on defense, including 5 of those for touchdowns. She's currently ranked 3rd in the nation for interceptions and 5th in the nation for rushing yards. Jasmine is also a multiple league MVP in girls hoops. Congrats, Jasmine. Our next recipient, Aiden Ramirez from Cajon Boys Cross Country. Aiden recently broke the school record in the 3-mile race by shattering the 15-minute mark with an incredible time of 14 minutes and 55 seconds. Aiden has also emerged as the top runner in the Citrus Belt League and is a favorite to win the individual title. Aiden, along with his teammate Ramon Dorado, have provided an impressive 1-2 punch for the Cowboys this season. His coach, Lun Sun, said he's someone who shows up every day ready to push himself and the team, and he's always humbled about his achievements. And as a coach, it's a privilege to see a young man with such a maturity and drive. Congratulations, Aiden. We'll see you again in a couple of weeks with 2 more I Am Gifted Athletes of the Month.
The Inland Sports Show is very proud to be part of the I Am Gifted Athlete of the Month with Alexander Mattison. All right, let's talk some high school football here, and here we go into week number 8. League titles, playoff spots, it's all coming together now with only 3 weeks left in the regular season. The big game last week, as we rewind just for a moment, Norte Vista taking on Ramona. Both teams were 6-0 going into the game, and it was a huge win for Ram High. Here is the Big Boost play of the week.
Inland Sports.
All right, let's take you out to Ramona. It was a 1-touchdown game in the third quarter. Rams up 21-14 win. Quarterback Cody Shiner breaks off this great touchdown run, diving at the pylon, and Cody is in for the touchdown. We're going to take another look at this as Cody Shiner and the Rams go on to win 35-14, the final score. So Ram High wins by 3 touchdowns, a 21-point victory, which I said this on the Friday night pep rally, and I'll say it again. I'm not surprised Ramona beat Norte Vista, but I am surprised they beat them by 3 touchdowns, and this touchdown run by Shiner was unbelievable. Look at the lunge at the end to get in there. So Ramona now 7-0 on the season, and of course in the driver's seat to win the River Valley League Championship, and Norte Vista suffering their first loss of the year. That Shiner touchdown run, the Big Boost play of the week. Congratulations to the Rams and quarterback Cody Shiner. All right, well, if you win a big game, you're going to climb in the Boost Top 25. So after week 7, here's how the Boost Top 25 looks, and we got a little bit of movement, including in the top 10 and in the top 25. Take a look. All right, so here is the top 10. Not a huge difference other than Norco moves into the 10 spot. That used to be held by Norte Vista, but now it is Norco in there at 3 and 4. Other than that, not much has changed inside the top 10, but there are some big games coming up that will have major implications here on the top 25. Murrieta Valley versus Chaparral. Murrieta Valley, moving to number 2 with that big win. Centennial now gets Murrieta Valley. Assuming the Huskies win, they'll be at number 1. Murrieta Valley, they would have to stub their toe maybe on Vista Murrieta or someone else down the road, but the Nighthawks look like they're pretty entrenched at number 2. Beaumont, they can run the table in the Citrus Belt League, so they're not going anywhere. And as you make your way down the list, Orange Vista has the same situation in the Ivy League, but they'll have to get past a couple of tough foes. Vista Del Lago's coming up this week. They got Rancho Verde in the final week of the season, so big games coming up for the Coyotes. Okay, outside of the top 10, here's your 11 through 25. If you are 7-0 at this point in the season, you are doing something right, and you have to reward those teams. So Hemet 7-0, Ramona 7-0. They climb to number 11 and 12 respectively. So Hemet, the team to beat right now in the Sun Belt League. Ramona in the driver's seat in the River Valley League. Rancho Verde's at number 13 after a big shootout win against Vista Del Lago. So the Mustangs leapfrog the Ravens in the top 25. Norte Vista drops from 10 to 14. They're still a very good team. We couldn't drop them that far. That's their only loss of the season. Citrus Valley coming on strong right now in CBL play. Again, a very daunting non-league schedule, but now they're picking up some wins, and they got some big games still on the horizon for them. Beaumont, Cajon, so big games coming up for the Blackhawks. They could reverse their fortune on the season. King and Summit both at 6-1. Murrieta Mesa checks in at number 19. They had a big win against Great Oak. Yucaipa's dipped a little bit after a couple losses. They're at 4-3. Hillcrest at 5-2. They check in at number 21, followed by Great Oak. Rancho Christian moves to number 23. They are 5-1-1. Remember, they tied Xavier Prep earlier this season, and they had a big win against Riverside Poly this past week where they had to come back inside the last 90 seconds to pull out that win. Roosevelt still in the top 25. They're at 2-5. And Valley View cracks the top 25. They come in at 4-3 at number 25. But I'll tell you what, the 25th position in the Boost Top 25 is basically the hardest spot to fill out because there are about 5 to 10 teams that you could slot in there at the number 25 spot. So Valley View gets it this week. It was San Gorgonio the previous week. Our bubble teams in alphabetical order for that 5th spot, or that 25th spot, excuse me, that last spot in the Boost Top 25. Colton, Harupa Hills, Linfield Christian, San Gorgonio, and West Valley. Those 5 schools are right there on the bubble, and if they can get some big wins, maybe they will be number 25 this upcoming week. But Valley View's holding on right now, and if the Eagles get some big wins, they will only move up. So that's the Boost Top 25 after week number 7. But we got some big games coming up in week number 8, so still a lot on the line. All right, speaking of the Kin Sporting Goods must-see game, it's number 1 versus number 2. Centennial and Murrieta Valley going head-to-head. Yes, the mighty Centennial Huskies are probably the heavy favorite. But Murrieta Valley, if any team in our area is going to give Centennial a game, it would be Murrieta Valley. We're still, fingers crossed, hoping that quarterback Bear Bachmeyer might make his return at some point this season. But even if they had Bear, it would be an uphill battle for the Murrieta Valley Nighthawks, but I'm still very interested in this game. 2 really good teams, and for Centennial, just trying to lock up and hang another league championship banner en route to the Division I playoffs. It's the Kin Sporting Goods must-see game. Really excited about that one. But it's not the only big game out there in week number 8. Take a look at some of the other big matchups coming your way this week, including Orange Vista versus Vista Del Lago. Orange Vista, the Ivy League goes through the Coyotes, and they're trying to keep it that way. They will play on the road at Vista Del Lago. The Ravens trying to bounce back after a shootout loss against Rancho Verde. They will play the defending Ivy League champions. Citrus Valley versus Beaumont. Man, if the Blackhawks really wanted to throw a wrench into the CBL standings, they could do that with a victory on the road out there in B-City, Beaumont. So we'll see about that one. Citrus Valley's coming on strong, but Beaumont has been great all year long. Signature victories against Cajon, San Jacinto, Kamehameha. Remember week 00 out there in Hawaii. So Beaumont's been good all season long. But Citrus Valley, I feel like they're getting better as the season goes. That's going to be a fun game in CBL play. Rim of the World versus San Gorgonio in the San Andreas League. This will be their league opener. This might be the league championship game in week number 8, San G and Rim. That's going to be a good one. Norco and Chaparral. This might be for a playoff spot. This could be for 3rd, maybe 4th place in the Big West Upper, depending what happens the last couple of weeks. This is a very important game for both these teams. Same to be said for Hillcrest and Riverside Poly in the Sun Belt League, as Hillcrest is in a better spot right now. Riverside Poly, basically the playoffs have already started for the Poly Bears. This is must-win time for Riverside Poly in the Sun Belt. In the Inland Valley League, Moreno Valley versus Paris. This has first place implications in the Inland Valley. Canyon Springs is also in the mix for that Inland Valley League title, but this is a huge game. Moval and Paris going head-to-head in week number 8. And finally, Colton versus Bloomington. This is in the Arrowhead Athletic Conference, the Skyline League. Colton and Bloomington both feeling like they have a shot at that league title, but right now Colton the game up, as is Carter. So Colton versus Carter, if they both win this week, would set up a big-time game against one another. They're on a collision course for that league title. So we'll see if the Yellow Jackets can handle their business and stay on top of the Skyline League standings. So those are some of the big games coming up in week number 8. And if you follow Inland Sports at the Inland Sports Show website, we've got a list of all of the games in the Inland Sports Show coverage area. All right, we're going to take another quick break here on the Inland Sports Show. When we come back, some California Baptist University basketball. We'll be right back here on the Inland Sports Show.
And this segment of the Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Kin Sporting Goods in Norco, #1 in the Inland Empire for team uniforms, sports equipment, and Letterman's jackets. Boost Performance Training in Corona. Athletes of all levels and all sports train at Boost. And also ask about the Bass Private School. Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands. Personalized treatment you deserve from an orthodontist you can trust. Chick-fil-A in Yucaipa. right off the 10 freeway at Ukaipa Boulevard. Eat more chicken. And if you'd like to promote your business or organization on the show, send us an email. Help us share the positive sports stories here in the Inland Empire.
Want to know the best type of recovery for athletes at zero cost? I'm talking about sleep, of course. As an athlete, good sleep can help you reduce your risk of injury, improve your strength and power output, as well as improve your overall work capacity. It also helps you bounce back quickly from the stress of competition. As a student, adequate sleep can help boost your mood, cognition, productivity, and relationships. Bottom line, don't sleep on sleep. Boostman.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
Inland Sports.
Now the Mets wait for the winner of the Dodgers and Padres for a trip to the World Series. So, yeah, you're right. They got hot at the right time at the end of the season. They beat the Phillies 3-1. So now they're going to be kicking back, watching the Dodgers and Padres on Friday night to see who they're going to play. But just because you are dominant during the regular season, it just doesn't translate to the playoffs. Baseball, I feel, and hockey are those two sports where it just doesn't matter. You can be the number 1 seed with the best record, but that doesn't mean anything. Like in football, and I'd feel like the NBA playoffs a little bit more as well. Like if you're one of the higher seeded teams, it's because you are one of the better teams and you're expected to advance, and that's usually what happens. But man, baseball is a funny thing.
It's kind of fun in a way that even if you play like crap all year, if you can just somehow, some way get in, you can catch fire and take it over, man. It's pretty cool.
And at least in Raiders camp, some change is coming, man. Your guy, Gardner Minshew, no longer QB1 for the Silver and Black. They're going to give the ball over to Aiden O'Connell, who started multiple games last season. He did enough to remain the starter for the Raiders for a lot of games last year. But when they got Gardner, they were like, hey, he's our guy this year. But that didn't last very long, did it?
And I feel like they rode him as long as he could. And so they'll put in Aiden, and if anything happens to Aiden, at least you have, Gardner to do something if you do need him.
Inland Sports.
Hanging out with my boy Patrick in the morning on KCal 96.7 FM every Monday and Thursday morning. If you like sports and rock music, check it out. That's Patrick in the morning, KCal 96.7 FM. He is a big sports fan, super funny guy as well. You'll enjoy it. All right, let's talk some CBU men's basketball. The college basketball season is right around the corner. In fact, the Lancers will open up the season on Monday night, November 4th against Incarnate Word. And the Lancers are loaded this year, and they've got I say he's a new addition, but he's not really a new addition. He was just kind of hurt at the end of last season. So if you're like me and you spend a lot of time sitting in your car on the freeway, especially when you go from, the 10 West to the 215 South, there's a giant billboard. I should have took a picture of it. There's a giant billboard for CBU basketball. It's got Dominique Daniels from the men's basketball team, Grace Schmidt from the women's basketball team, and it says best kept secret no more, because CBU is quickly becoming a fan favorite here, not only in the city of Riverside, but the IE. They sell that arena out. They got great community and fan support. And it's not a secret anymore, man. They play a great brand of basketball, and people are just packing that arena, which makes for an awesome college basketball environment. I encourage you to go check it out. Well, Dominique Daniels, the guy on the poster, on the billboards, I should say, he played last year. He played at San Bernardino Valley College for 2 years, transferred to CBU, was having a great season when he had an injury, and it sidelined him. So he's back. He's better than ever, and he was a preseason all-WAC selection. In fact, when he got hurt last year, he was second in the WAC in scoring at just over 19 points per game. So he's gonna be one of the guys that's, for sure going to lead CBU, but one of the best players in the entire conference, and it's not a big surprise. And he's healthy, and he is ready to go. We had a chance to talk to him at the big CBU tip-off dinner this past Friday night. I had the honor of emceeing that along with Taylor Kilgore. It was a lot of fun. We talked to Kendall Coleman there at the end on that end chair, and of course that's head coach Rick Croy. So that was a lot of fun, but we had a chance to catch up with Dominique Daniels a little bit to talk about just having a really great season last year before the injury, and now coming back, how was he feeling? Let's take you out real quick to the CBU tip-off dinner inside the Fowler Event Center.
A 5'10" senior from Compton, California, number 1, Dominique Daniels Jr.
All right, so that was the scene, the CBU tip-off dinner, Dominique Daniels Jr. being introduced. And again, he was having a fantastic year for CBU last year, going for more than 19 points per game, which was second in the WAC. He was all-WAC second team despite the injury. And as I mentioned, preseason all-WAC this year. Here's Dominique Daniels Jr.
Inland Sports.
Just like I asked you on the stage, man, so you're feeling good, you're ready to rock and roll, maybe better than ever?
Yes, sir. 100%. My knee's good. Everything is good. Not feeling any pain, so I'm just ready to go.
Man, you were having such a great season last year. Does that make you hungrier to come back this year and have an even bigger year, and why?
100%. Why is because I feel like I missed some really important games, and I feel like I couldn't help my team out to be able to get us the dub. So I'm just ready to get back out there on the court and just do what I do.
And what are the goals for this year's team? Do you feel like this is a team that can challenge for a conference title and maybe make it to the NCAA tournament?
Definitely, that is definitely the goal, just to win and then just to get a conference title and then make it to the tournament. And then just, in my personal opinion, get as far as we can in the tournament.
Inland Sports.
All right, can't wait to see Dom and the Lancers in action in just a couple of weeks. Opening night, November 4th against Incarnate Word. And the Lancers are going to have a very busy home non-conference schedule in November. And then basically the month of December, they're going to be on the road playing at different games, including they're going to play Acrisure Arena out in the Palm Desert area. I think it's Thousand Palms, Palm Desert. They're going to be part of a big Thanksgiving tournament out there. So they got a great schedule before going to WAC play. And, of course, the end game, the goal is to make March Madness like the women's basketball team did last season. They won the WAC tournament, and met UCLA in the opening round of the Big Dance. So the men's team trying to do that this season. All right, thank you for watching tonight on the Inland Sports Show. Big thanks to Dominique Daniels Jr. for that interview, Alexander Mattison with his I Am Gifted Athletes of the Month, and Beaumont girls flag football. Congratulations to the CBL champions. We were hoping to get Roosevelt girls flag football on the show tonight as well. We're going to effort to try to get them on the show next week as they go into the playoffs. They're one of the top teams in all of the CIF Southern Section. Roosevelt, your Big 8 League champions, a perfect 10-0. And the CIF had a news release this week, and it ranked all the teams in the CIF Southern Section, so you can kind of get an idea what division you might be in. And I think Roosevelt was number 13 overall amongst all the schools in the CIF Southern Section. So we'll try to get them on the show next week. That's going to do it for this edition of the Inland Sports Show. My name is Pep Fernandez. Thank you for always tuning in. Give this video a like. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And we'll see you next time on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show. God bless you and stay safe out there. We'll see you next time.